Welcome to the Steam Holiday Sale 2013. The sale goes from December 19th to January 3rd. As always, games that are featured on the main site are reduced once more. Only buy the games you're interested in when they are featured in those daily deals. Don't rush and waste your money. Games that aren't featured can be still picked up at the last day. Rising Storm is a first-person realistic shooter and an add-on to Red Orchestra 2. Red Orchestra 2 is a whole lot of fun and Rising Storm expands on that. If you like realistic shooter, you should give this one a try. It's 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Game Dev Tycoon is a game where you create video games, research new features and genres, and try to achieve the best review scores and make the best game ever made. In the beginning, this game is a whole lot of fun. You give your games silly names and try all kinds of genre and theme combinations. The moment you advance in your career though, the game suddenly becomes kinda brutal and you're required to make top games one after the other if you want to continue existing. As realistic as this may sound, the big problem is that the game heavily relies on an in-game table. Certain genre and theme combinations won't work. Certain combinations won't work for certain audience and consoles. I really enjoyed the game, but to become really successful, all you need to know or have are those in-game tables that say how to get successful. It may not always work, but it will steal the sense of actually becoming successful on your own. The game is 50% off and has Steam trading cards. Injustice: Gods Among Us Ultimate Edition is a 2D fighting game with characters from DC Comics like Batman and Superman. If you are a big fan of fighting games, you can't go wrong with this one. The Ultimate Edition also features every piece of content available. With 50% off, it's still quite a bit expensive, and the game also has Steam trading cards. Farming Simulator 2013 is a third and first person farming simulator. I must admit, unlike Euro Truck Simulator 2, I can't really see the appeal in it. You can play it in multiplayer, so it might be a good game to goof around a bit with friends, but even then, with only 50% off, it's still quite a bit expensive. The game also has Steam trading cards. Kerbal Space Program is a space rocket building simulator. This cute little game is still in early access, but it's already quite enjoyable. You build space rockets and try to reach all kinds of different planets. Be aware though that this game obviously has quite a bit of try and error. If you don't mind that, you might want to pick it up. The game is 40% off and has Steam trading cards. Metro Last Light is a first-person shooter set in a post-apocalyptic Moscow. This is a great game, but I recommend to buy and play Metro 2033 before buying this one. Last Light is 66% off and has Steam trading cards. Outlast is a first-person horror game. If you were disappointed by the sequel of Dear Esther called Amnesia, A Machine for Pigs, you should give this game a try. The game is 66% off. Grand Theft Auto 4 is a third-person open-world action game. This is a great game, and if you think that this game is less goofy and too serious than the previous games, then you're remembering it wrong. I can highly recommend the main game plus both add-ons. It's 75% off. Alan Wake is a third-person action thriller. People are divided about this one. It's a game tribute to Stephen King and it plays like one. I actually would recommend to give it a try. It's 90% off, what makes it extremely cheap. It also has Steam trading cards. Shadow Warrior is a first-person remake from the action game from 1997. This game was made by the Hard Reset guys and you can really tell. It's extremely cool, good looking and a whole lot of fun. The game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Space Base DF9 is a space strategy game comparable with Dungeon Keeper. This is a game made by Double Fine and it's also still in early access. This game has some nice ideas, but there isn't much to do yet. It's 33% off and has Steam trading cards. Limbo is a 2D adventure game which is completely in black and white. I'm not the biggest fan of artistic games, but with 75% off it might be worth checking out. Tropico 4, Steam Special Edition, is a strategy game set on Tropico. As El Presidente, you have to build your little island and try to achieve greatness without getting killed by rebels. Originally, the game wasn't all that different from Tropico 3, but thanks to the DLCs it added quite a bit of content. 80% off is quite cheap, but like I said, the DLCs are kinda necessary to make a difference, and those are in total twice the price of the game alone. The game also has Steam trading cards. That's it for today. Don't forget to vote in the community's choice, and I hope we see us on the next day.